Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at lesson 6-4 assignment together. Okay, so where do I begin? Here I have number 1 an isosceles trapezoid, and your goal here is to figure out measure angle D. So now I want to go ahead and emphasize that this is an isosceles trapezoid, meaning that the consecutive angles, or the base angles, I should say, the base angles of an isosceles trapezoid, they are congruent. Okay, so you can figure out with the number of arcs, you can determine how long measure angle D is. Okay, and then here's number 2. Find the measure of WT if ZX. So ZX is 20, and then TY. So ZX is 20. And then TY, that's TY, my bad. That's 15. So you're dealing with an isosceles trapezoid, okay? And the hint here is that the diagonals of an isosceles trapezoid are congruent. So one more time, ZX is 20, and TY is 15. Well, how long is WT? Okay, that's basically my hint to you for that one. The coordinate geometry quadrilateral ABCD has vertices A, B, C, D. Verify that ABCD is a trapezoid. Remember, with a trapezoid, by definition, it has one pair of parallel sides. So if I say, okay, A is -4, -1, and then B is -2, 3, C is 3, 3, and then what's D? 5, -1. So then we know it's a quadrilateral, so we should connect the dots. We have 4 sides. And your goal here, because we're talking about parallel, you need to determine whether or not that these lines here, or these sides here, are parallel. Okay? If they have the same slope, keep going, because now you're going to go ahead and justify whether or not these are parallel. In fact, you actually don't want to show that these things are parallel. Okay? And if that's the case, then you prove that this is a trapezoid. One more time. You need to show the slopes of these, show that they are parallel, and then you need to show the slopes of these and show that they are not parallel, because by definition, a trapezoid is one pair of parallel sides. Now, to determine whether or not the trapezoid is isosceles, you want to find whether or not the diagonals are congruent, and you must use the distance formula to do so. Okay, you must use the distance formula in order to do so. Okay, and that's how you're going to prove whether or not this is an isosceles trapezoid. All right. You got some kites here. Find each measure, particularly this one here. So here is a kite, and know that the diagonals of a kite, they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so your goal here is to figure out what AB is, and you can see that this is a right triangle. So if you have a right triangle, what do you do in order for you to figure out how long AB is? Okay, and then here's the measure angle C. Remember what I said in class, the head and the tail are not congruent, but the wings are. Okay, the wings are congruent. So if you know that this is 85, well, how long is this in order to figure out how long this is? Well, this is a quadrilateral. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. Or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. So what is the sum of the interior angles of a quadrilateral equal to? Okay, once you can figure that out, let's call that y. Let's call measure angle C y. Once you can figure that out, then you know what the measure angle C is. Okay, so use these, set that equal to 100, not 180, 360, and then solve for y. Okay, I just gave you what you should equal to. It's 360 because it's quadrilateral. And then here, number 8, it is, so we have a trapezoid. These are the bases. And know that these sides here are congruent. So this is an isosceles trapezoid. You have an isosceles trapezoid, so that is enough to tell you, okay, the base angles are congruent. Okay, so you can figure out how long measuring angle K is. And then, okay, we have another isosceles trapezoid, so figure out what measuring angle Q is. For trapezoid QRT, U, V, and S, so this is the mid-segment. So you can go ahead and figure out what the S is. Remember, the formula for that is mid-segment is equal to B1 plus B2 all over 2. In class I showed you mid-segment is equal to 1/2 times the quantity B1 plus B2. These are the same thing, okay? And if it's easier for you, use this formula instead of this one. Well, technically they are the same thing, but the formatting, you might as well go with this one to answer these questions here. Okay, so we have some kites. I think these are repeats. So let me see. Are they actually repeats? Yeah, I think you're fine with these ones. If you know how to do these problems, then I think you can do these problems here. We got a trapezoid. Okay, so we have this trapezoid here. 35 says if AC is 3x minus 7 and BD is 2x plus 8, find the value of x so that A, B, C, D is isosceles. So here is AC, this is BD, it's isosceles, or find the value of x so that A, B, C, D is isosceles. So what can you tell me about the diagonals, and whatever your answer is, what do you do next right after that, okay? 36, if the measure angle ABC is 4x plus 11 and measure angle DAB is 2x plus 38. Okay, so ABC, this is ABC, and then here is DAB. So you have these angles involved. Find the value of x so that ABCD is isosceles. Okay, if you were paying attention to the homework help video, it's an isosceles trapezoid. What can you tell me about these angles? And whatever your answer is, what do you do next, right? That's how you figure out number 36. And then this is a kite. If measure angle WXY, so this angle is 120, and then WZY is 4x, and the measure angle ZWX is 10x. Find the measure angle ZYX. Okay, so this is a kite. So again, the head and the tail are not congruent. Oh, no, so what am I doing? The head and the tail are not congruent, but the wings are. So we know that the measure angle WXY, so WXY is 120. And the measure angle WZY is 4x. So this angle is 4x. And then the measure angle ZWX is 10x. So if that's 10x, this has to be 10x as well. So then know that the sum of the interior angles of a kite, or really it's a quadrilateral, is 360. So I'm going to do 4x plus 10x plus 10x again. Where am I getting that 10x? Right here. And then don't forget that plus 120. And I set that equal to 360 degrees. Then I'm going to combine the like terms. So I get 24x plus 120, which is equal to 360. So 24x is equal to 240. So then if I divide both sides by 24 here, I get x equals 10. So x is equal to 10, and I'm looking for the measure angle ZYX, which is currently 10x, right? So we know that the measure angle ZYX is 10x, but x is equal to 10. So that means it's 10 times 10. So that angle is 100 degrees. And that's your answer for that one. Okay? And then over here, let's see. This is the same idea as this, okay? And you're probably better off redrawing the figure to answer that problem. This one's a little harder, but it's the same idea. You can figure this out on your own, okay? If you just know your algebra.